I'm just trying to see if I can't do a ShareFactory live. It wouldn't let me do it on Twitch, which is where I do my rehearsals. I don't see any sort of chat going on either. Um, Trying to set up my other headset too, so this will be taken down pretty quick after I put it up, probably. Um, Uh, I'm not sure exactly how much of this you can see, but it will kind of let you see some of the stuff that's coming up. Like this one, this one's coming up Friday. Um, Let me just jump down in here. This is just a, what would I call this? This is just kind of to see if I won't be able to do a live editing stream. I mean, from here, if you can see this, you can see like these are all like a lot of the projects that I've already done. Um, if you're going to do this sort of thing on a PlayStation, you're going to have to get yourself an external hard drive because all the video and stuff that you use just sucks up your hard drive really fast. If you've ever done any video editing, you'll know that. I'm pretty bad about hoarding all this stuff, so there's a whole bunch of this crap that's still in here. So just as a sample to try and show you kind of what I got going on, without giving away too much. Um, Well, this should let me know. Okay, well, this is the last one. I just posted this particular one. This is an old one of my comic book things. Let's see if all my files are still here. If you delete the files, I mean, they're basically gone. So here you can just kind of see how I kind of put this on the screen here. This was my story. And actually on this particular one, all the background stuff that I did with this one, I did on my PC. This was, let me see if this one is one. Let's see.
Years, every 20 years, these back.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure how much of the screens it lets me show, and how loud it is either. I need to mute my TV. I got my headset on this time. I don't know if you can hear me. Do I have my mic turned on? Oh, I can't even read the comments. If there's any, I know someone's watching me. Let me change these settings. How do I go to the... Who's calling? Oh, that's some junk call. It's got to be. Let me just... You always get these things all damn day long. People calling trying to sell you insurance and shit. Decline. What do I got to do? Come on, you stupid smartphone. Oh, I'll just let you ring out. What am I doing? I see 2 comments. I know there's a way. Where's the broadcast settings? Advanced settings, audio settings, advanced settings. Because you don't see me right now. Here we go. I'll do this, and then that way I can see what you're saying. There we go. Hey, Weed It! What's up? Yeah, I'm just doing, this is just an experimental stream. Just to see, I've had a couple of people ask me how I do my little green screen magic. And I'm just trying to see, I'm pretty sure I can live stream from the PlayStation. And just want to let everybody know that most of that stuff that I do is on the PlayStation. I mean, if you, I mean, the editor in the PlayStation is really awesome. It's kind of clunky in some places, but I mean, this will show you exactly. I mean, I did all my streaming and everything on here. So, I mean, if I go to the CISO, so this is it. I mean, it's just and the PlayStation green screen seems to work good, a lot better than my. I mean, I just bought. My son bought me a new computer, and shit. And hey, Mark, what's up? Yeah, I'm just. This is an experimental stream. A few people want to know how I do this, and I do it all on PlayStation. So here, like I mean, I'll show you what it looks like without the. I mean, I can put any backdrop. I mean, whatever backdrop they give me, I can put in. These are cool because they're animated. but then you don't see what's going on in the background. And because most of the stuff, I just got a new computer. I know you're going to have all kinds of fun. You just got yourself that new camera and some software to do some editing. I already see you starting to have fun with it. You can jump down a rabbit hole with that stuff because you get so many different, so many different things that you can use. And that's how this SHAREFactory is. Most people that jump in here and try and go to the tutorial just find too many tools. But when it all comes down to it, if you keep it simple and just do some really nice little, just a few things that give it a taste. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you just how luckily, well, this was an experiment, but as long as there's a few people in here watching, let me go ahead and give you like a little quick, so let me edit the background. That's what I want to do. And I'll show you so what I just did, I'm going to leave that. Let me show you what the real background looks like. Am I on the, what the hell? Oh, I know why I can't see. I need to go, let me get back here where it splits it down. Where am I? Oh, I'm a little bit too buzzed. I'm always buzzed, by the way. Okay, here we go with the background. So let me see. Did I save? I must have. I just kind of did this. That's why I was kind of doing an experiment, and I was hoping that I could get on Twitch to do it. So you can see there's my Twitch channel. This is actually the little message box I throw up on PlayStation. I don't like using it. It's a crappy design, and there's no way that you can customize it and do anything with it. But, you know, when worse comes to worse, you can at least read some comments that are coming by a little bit. You can't scroll through it or do anything. It's just kind of a dead little thing over there. But I was just experimenting because I know a few people want to see how I do all this stuff. Let me see if let me back out. Let me show you with the one that I just came out with. Exit without. Go to up to this one. This is the one that came out today and yesterday. And this is like the whole video. I'll show you what the background. Well, let me show you what it is first. So, if you haven't seen the video, this is basically it. I think it'll show you. Maybe I should go to my watch page so I can see.
Did you see it?
And I just had to like do a little bit of arranging and stuff. And on the computer, I actually throw another filter over the top of it to get a little more blending in, to get me to blend into the background a little bit better. And but I threw a different filter on this one than I normally do. There's a thing called a posturized filter that's really cool. So what I do to do that, I just go edit track 2, and then there's all sorts of stuff I can do. So if you want to see what the room really looked like, I'll go to the pan and zoom, and I just backed up. Oh boy. Whew. I got a good buzz going. I kind of wasn't expecting to do this. I was going to delete it, but I don't know if I'll delete it after all because it looks like there's quite a few people in here. And anybody that's wanting to try and get serious with YouTube know that all the watch time you can get is good. But be careful about cluttering up your channel with a whole bunch of videos. I know my son did really good for the short little time that he did YouTube. I mean, he's did really good. And the one thing that he told me was that when he starts getting a whole bunch of videos from a single channel, he unsubs them. And I've kind of seen some of that with big channels. But if you got good stuff, man, I'll check out a lot of it. And since I'm subbed to so many people and I have so much stuff coming through my sub channel, I try and pick and choose what I actually jump into. I try and sample a whole lot of stuff. And then when I find good stuff, I try and make sure I get back to it. But I want to show you what I kind of did with this. Let's see. Let me back out. So in this channel, can I edit that? So I mean, I have all. I can, you can choose how, very minimal. You don't want to jump down too deep into it, but this is the coolest part of this in SHAREFactory are all these filters. That's where I got that funky one that I used. Well, there's all sorts of funky ones.
No, when I got 6 strings.
And then, you can. There's a minimum. My favorite one. There's two of them that are my favorite that I use on almost everything. My favorite one is this one here called Posturize, because that seems to that kind of turns it into a cartoon. And if I filter settings, and this one you can turn it up and you can turn it down to get all sorts of different looks. I usually tune it down to like about 60, because my camera doesn't have any sort of high fidelity to it at all, so you can kind of hide that with filters, which I do a lot. Plus it kind of makes it a little more interesting maybe. So let me just, I don't know what filter I had on that originally, but this one's already been published, so it doesn't matter if I fuck it all up. So that's kind of what I do to try and mess around with the filters and try and get it to blend in more. And then if I go to the background, what I did with the background, you'll see like this is what this is what the background really looks like. And they finally added this. Originally, you didn't have this control in the SHAREFactory, but they keep adding all kinds of stuff that's really cool. But you can zoom into this stuff really big time. And then I know that, and basically, see my other guitar there? Well, my other guitar there is kind of like a signal, because it was sitting right there where my little curtain came down. So basically, I have two green screens. I have one in the back, and then I have another one that is draped over my mic stand. It's draped over my mic stand, and I have like some French doors over to one side and kind of stuck into the what's that? Oh yeah. I'm pretty buzzed. I'm always buzzed. Well, I mean, I've been stoned since the '70s. My little saying is actually real, and it's a trip. The way that I came up with that is a few years ago. My younger brother, came in. The one that I stole the guitar from. If you've been watching my superhero show, that's the legendary guitar. And that's the one that a one note plays. I could have like a storyline with one note too. I'm having such a blast. Well, let's see if, oh, I didn't save it. Let me see if I can zoom it into a giant tree and line it up to where it still looks like I'm stepping out from behind of it. So that's why the guitar is there, because the guitar kind of lets me know in this editing and stuff where the tree is, so that I can kind of like, I'll just move the edge of the tree up. Next one, I mean, I got some ideas that what I want to try with this for sure. And I'm trying to think of a time. I don't know if this is going to be like a one-shot video or what, but I was just experimenting and it wouldn't let me do it on Twitch. If you guys join my little Twitch channel, I'll just let you know up front when I'm trying to test. Like, I don't even know if the microphone's right or all. Hey, Benny! Cool! I'm glad I put this up. I might do this little editing thing a little more often. But, so this is the one that just came up. Let's see if, let's see if, did I save it? Yeah. Let's see if I made it to where it looks like I'm coming out from behind a big tree. Almost. I only have to like tweak it just a little bit.
I know it's around here somewhere.
Running back into it was kind of, it was a little bit funky. It's like the curtain kind of moved with me. But when you get to the end of it, I mean, it's not really all that bad. And I pull the transition in quick enough to where you don't really notice it.
I know it's
I didn't have it
somewhere.
quite lined up right. Because I kind of step out of the camera a little bit, but there was like no way. I mean, that's the most I can zoom back. I'd have to, and then all I did on my computer actually was I didn't do any, just a filter. I put one filter over all of it, over the whole thing, to try and blend it in a little better than I have it blended in. I use some of the PlayStation filters to try and start the blending.
Did you see it?
And some of them I get really
I know
good.
it's around here somewhere. But I'm the one note wonder. And this week, today's pro bono promo is for...
Oh yeah, and coming up with lines. I have so much fun. There were so many lines. I mean, and every one of them too. I get a couple of lines out of there, spit out a couple of lines, but I always have like a whole bunch of, I mean, basically when all of my I guess I'm doing air quotes, but all of my acting in my skits, I basically just have an idea or maybe an outline that I'm following, and I've kind of thought a lot of that stuff before I actually film it. And most of them I get done in one take. My OneNote stuff, not so much, but sometimes I have to just settle. So it's like the first note of the song, I don't like the way it came out, but it's okay, it'll work. My next, I mean, and then trying to come up with some sort of a little story to progress what's going on has been a lot of fun too. And I mean, I have a whole bunch. I mean, basically, there. If you watch them or even go back, there. I try and hide a whole bunch of stuff in my little videos. I don't know if you guys, how much of it you watch, but I get a kick out of it. What was it my son said? One of my best character traits, well, I don't know if it's my best character trait, is that I laugh at my own jokes. And yeah, I get a lot of laugh. I laugh a lot at myself. Oh, yeah. What was it? So it's like on this one, I can't remember all the lines I was going to say now, but I practiced the song a little bit. Yeah, I'm working on a song right now for next week's. I think it actually sounds pretty cool. Now, the guitar is out of tune. For next week's, but next week's, I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm not going to tell you anymore. But there's a reason for everything. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, you guys want to get a little preview? Let's see if exit without saying. Here's a preview of. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is just a little bit, and part of this you actually won't be able to hear in the video, but this is actually going to appear in the next two. It's what's going on in the. So I'll show you this. So basically, I make this. I do a take where I make the beginning of it, and then I add this to the background of the superhero thing. So this is in the next two superhero videos.
You broke it, you buy it. Oh, that's right. You can't afford it. Fix it. And try and get it right this time.
I love I mean, there's actually, my head, there's so much crap in my head, guys, that there is a whole nother version of this whole series. I mean, I'm actually going to wrap it up, and it's going to have a nice little end on it. Now, it might not be a nice little wrap up, but I feel like I need to end it. Because, I mean, I'm getting into it so much, and you'll see. If you watch the next Stoner Therapy, I've been thinking about that, and I'm probably going to film that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll move my PlayStation and everything downstairs, and I do all my filming in a day or two for everything that's coming next week. And I just try and keep it fresh. It seems like, I mean, I got some things that I think are kind of cool. I mean, some people like it for sure, but I don't want. I think that I could like run it into the ground, but then it's just going to be all, oh yeah, it's that. Oh yeah, it's that. I want it to be like, what's it going to be this time? like you, Mark. I mean, never know what it's going to be, but man, you are very entertaining. I can't watch all of your stuff, of course. I try. I mean, I really tried, but I get a kick out of it. I see as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to leave it up because I had such a good time talking to you guys. And anybody that comes by can kind of see this. And if you're watching this and made it this far on a playback, let me know if you want to see me do more of this sort of stuff. I don't know what I'll call it, but I'm going to try and keep it short. Like maybe a 15, 20-minute video live stream at the most, and do it on a different day, because typically they say one thing a day is about what you're going to do. The little quick ones I think are okay, but some people don't even bother to see how long it is. I can't watch all the long stuff. I mean, some of them I try, but thanks for checking this out. I was just experimenting to see if I could pull this off. And I don't see the playback at all, so I'm going to go back and see how it looks and see, you know, I think I'm going to be leaving it up. I'm definitely going to see how to design my whatever this show is going to end up being, because we need live streams to get watch time, and I want to be entertaining, and I don't want to just be like what a lot of people are doing. I mean, some people I love sitting around, like you, Benny, man, I could sit in your live streams, you know, there's so much stuff going on most of the time, and I was so glad to be in there when you pulled out that guitar and started playing. That was awesome. So, yeah, I'm going to do... I got my 2 game live streams. Hey, you're new. I don't know if a monster name. I sub to all monster names. When I get off of here, I'll go see if I'm subbed to you or not. And I'm sorry to say, but it looks like they just took Pet Monster down. This morning we were looking for his new channel, and it looks like they totally eliminated him off of Google. I mean, it really sucks. I don't know what he did. I mean, granted, I don't know the whole story, but I do know how YouTube is, and I got a really nasty strike. I mean, I've got hit really hard twice by YouTube for one, I don't know. Hey, disc golf dude. I was looking for that email earlier. I don't check my email that often, but I was looking for that. Yeah, I'm ready to throw some voices over there to you, man. I love giving people, you know, I'll do as much as I possibly can to help. But, you know, bottom line, it all comes down to you. And one thing that's really weird in all my years of being a creator, you have to kind of sell yourself. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. I mean, I'm looking for yours every night. And in a way, I kind of scheduled my game stream. You come on at 6:30 my time. And on Tuesdays and 30s, Green Bay Wacky is doing stuff. I don't want to step on his toes or anything, but I mean, how long can you just stay in a stream of just subbing people up? Those are kind of crazy. I jump in there and I shout a couple of times, and I basically, you know, a few people I'll go and I'll look at a few things. If I see my name light up, I don't stay in there that long, because those are gotten where they're like tiring, you know, if you want to help work it. Saturdays I'll spend at least an hour with Lunatic Dad, because I don't know why, but for some reason I think Lunatic Dad is pretty awesome. He really watches my stuff and likes it. I mean, granted, I'm going to, you know, support people that, and I want to tell you something, Mark, that when I first made that for you, I was kind of afraid maybe I stepped on your toes, because almost immediately you turned off your subscription, where you could see your subscriptions. Oh yeah, that's the truth. And for a second there, I was afraid, well, maybe I shouldn't do this. I mean, originally the idea, I got inspired by old Cletus. Cletus T. Krickenbacher came into, it must have been one of Dean's streams, and said something, and I went and checked out her site, And I just loved the character that she came up, and almost instantly one note popped into my head. She had some video. Well, she was trying to promote her buddy Mikey, um, and that was when I got the idea. And I had so much fun doing it. And then I was sitting in your stream and heard you say something about 888. And I thought that was so cool because really that was a satire on all how people always celebrate every little number milestone. Um, so I thought that was cool. And then, of course, every time I get an idea for someone, you know, and catfish. I mean, I found out about you through catfish. I love catfish. Uh, I'm really inspired by catfish, and I think he's doing it right. He hadn't jumped down the hole. He's making content, but he knows what he likes, and he's not gonna try. I mean, granted, I'll say I go all sorts of stuff trying to promote myself because I learned a long time ago that if you don't, I mean, and this is probably the first time ever that I've really started. Uh-oh, I better get off of here. If I had my little chat channel up, I'd know how long I've been on here. But I think I've been on here a little bit too long, especially since this was just a test stream. But enough people have jumped into here. I'm going to make a time. It's probably going to be Saturdays, I'm thinking, because I'm not doing anything on Saturdays. Maybe switch around my schedule. I don't want to have more than one thing up a day. I am streaming Shadow of Colossus tonight, and I saw Bloodborne is free on the PlayStation Plus next month. So next week I'm going to stream a little bit of I'm going to stream Bloodborne on Tuesday for sure, and because I can get the two first bosses, and anybody that wants to know how to get there, I can show you how to get there, because that game is like banging your head against the wall. But I tell you what, that game is where I got addicted to adrenaline rushes, and I can ramble about that game all night long. So one or two streams of that. It's too intense to do too much of it. And if I'm going to call it therapy, man, that's pretty close to horror. But the game design is awesome. Here I go rambling. Let me just get off of here. Love you guys. I need to go check to see how this filmed and see what sort of adjustments I need to make. Oh, exactly, Mark. Exactly. And I just told, this past month, I had a couple, I somehow or another got onto a playlist. People are doing these playlist things where you just have somebody's playlist running in the background. And I had a couple of people do that, but man, it just skews my numbers crazily. I mean, if you're serious about this, you want real viewers, because then you know what you're doing. Then you get a better idea of what's working and what's not working. But bottom line, what it comes down to is what you're having fun with. And I tell you what, I'm having fun with people watching my stuff, and any streamer that has anybody watching them is going to have to agree it's like applause, and it's gotten addictive. I used to be happy to see if I got more than 10 views on a video. Now I'm getting on the average of 50, but in a way, if it doesn't get up there fast, I'm feeling bad, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. I hope to maybe stoner therapy will help me. You guys have a great day. I gotta get off of here. I'll ramble forever. Where's the little setting there? Here we go. Good night. It's not night.